Hello everyone, this is a review of the Magic of Childhood, review and kind of flip through rather. So it comes in this beautiful tan gingham box. The back is also like that, and it has a gold foiling on the top. Upon opening, you do have the actual book. So this is The Magic of Childhood, a year-round homeschool study for preschoolers by Claire Mariah Murray. So I'll put this to the side for now here. And again, it's a beautiful muted design using lovely watercolor accents, elements on it. And then this book belongs to, I like how it has the blank family. So instead of having like a child's name, it has the blank family. So that looks very nice too. And it is year round because it does have 52 units. Sorry, 50. But it includes like year round. So you would start it essentially from January to December, just how it's like written out. So you have Arctic, so again, going with something cold, so January. And then at the very end, you have Christmas traditions, winter nativity, and then a review. So that's about 50 weeks or so of work for a child. So then there's an introduction. So letter to the homeschool mamas. So she wrote a letter there. The heart behind the guide, why she did this, how to use the guide, the goal of the guide, how you can simplify or extend the learning depending on how old your child is. So if you have multiple children in the preschool age, let's say a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, how you can extend it for them. Then you have dreams for the years ahead, hopes for homeschooling, dreams for children. And then begins the magic units of study. And so this is unit 1. So we are looking at the Arctic. You have the week at a glance, which is the theme. Then you have the focus, which is a question of the day. So every day you can ask a question such as, what is the Arctic? Next day, where is it? What do we notice about the Arctic? And so forth. So it's 5 questions. You can pre-fill in what letter and number you're working on at the time. So you can use whatever programs or whatever you want to do with that. Then you have a truth, which is God is our provider, and then a Bible verse that goes with it. And then encouragement to kind of help you get ready for that week. There's a weekly devotional that you can do. The next page will give you a learning guide. So it has the sense of wonder. So it has the questions, again, per week. So you can start thinking about, what is this or what is that? Reading. So there's different book options as well. And the book list is listed here with the title and author. Learning can be introducing skills of the week. It can be practicing the skills with the vocabulary. You have handwriting that you can do, counting, numbers, write down and reflect on the adventure. Of course, this part you may need a little help on, but that's okay. There's a section for creating. So you get to use your creativity for that. Play, how you would play with the Arctic animals. Connecting, and then explore. So you can go on an Arctic adventure, whether that is through a virtual field trip or if you actually go to the zoo and see, like, let's say penguins or something, although they're not really Arctic, they're South Pole. So we have the simplify the learning, how you can extend it, and then the experiences here. So you can, again, go to the zoo, make connections with the vocabulary. Then it goes into the next one. So again, very similar in how that is. And I'll show you, so we have hibernation and migration. Just kind of go quickly here. Outer space, safari, the jungle, baking, art. And then here's a review week. So for the review week, the goal is to create space for rest, reflection, and remembering. So if you need to reteach something, if you need to review something with your child, again, the idea is to help them discover with this program. This is not meant to be like a full-on, structured learning. This is more of learning through play, learning through wonder, learning through, again, the magic of childhood, learning different types of topics and opening up their eyes to all these fun things. And so that's what the review week is for. Then you have the weekly truths that were shown to them. And then, of course, whatever letters or numbers that you practiced, you would write that there. Then you would reflect here as a parent. What have you learned about homeschooling these previous weeks? What homeschool rhythms have been a blessing? How are you encouraged in this holy work of homeschool? And then hope for the weeks to come. And then we have the next one. So we have the ocean, spring, which is unit 10, travel, the zoo, the desert, dinosaurs, weather, and then another review week again. Then we go into the garden, the farm, bugs and insects, the forest, ponds and lakes, reptiles and amphibians, summer, the beach, and then we have another review week here. Next, we have the farmer's market, birds, the meadow, music, camping, construction, landforms, and then another review week midway through. Nature, the home, harvest, autumn, leaves and trees, the sky, pets, another review week, nocturnal animals, transportation, community helpers, body and emotions, family and friends, Christmas traditions, winter, the nativity, and then a review week. So essentially there's something for every single week. And there's Claire, and then here's Rachel, the illustrator. And then that is it for the guide here. Other things that you have included are flashcards. Or you have cardstock, so it's a pretty thick paper. And you have flashcards for every single unit, which is nice. So then you would just cut it out. So you have Arctic, you would cut out the cards. It's not for every single word that is in the book. So there's a lot of vocabulary listed on the side, but then the actual paper itself for the flashcards, there's only 6. So again, you can simplify, you can extend, whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe they could be words that you add in just as you were reading, or maybe when you read stories, they will have the vocabulary words there. But this is what is listed for that. Then you also have the alphabet and numbers. So again, depending on what letter and what number you're going to be working on for those weeks, you can review them multiple times, whatever it is that you want. But you have the alphabet with very pretty elements with it. And then you have the numbers that you can do. So these can definitely be laminated. That way they last longer. You can put them up on a memory board, or maybe you just want to hold them out while you're doing the activity. So I think that's pretty neat. I'm going to be using this as not the main guide for homeschool. I'm going to be using this as a supplemental information, for now at least. I have a 4-year-old and I have a 20-month-old, and so I could do some of this for the 20-month-old. Again, not necessarily to the T exactly, because you can simplify the learning. But what I like about this is if we are covering a topic specific to, let's say, the ocean, I can use some of these activities to help. Maybe I want to take a break from what we're doing and spend a week on art. I can come here to look to see what there is. And so the idea behind this for me would be just as a supplement, or to use as like a little mini break of, all right, we're going to stop learning what we've been doing for the past, few weeks. We're going to take a little break and learn about art. Maybe there's an art appreciation week or something going on. Maybe we're about to travel, and there was one about camping. Hold on. Where are we? Camping here. So maybe we're going to go travel and we're going to go camping, and I want to prepare my children for what camping is like. So the week ahead, I can show them this activity, So just to kind of give them, again, homeschooling is very flexible. You find a program that works best for you. This will also be fantastic for if you don't have a specific program that you want to do just yet and you want to do like a gentle ease into homeschool. This would be a great way for you to incorporate this for your 2-year-old. Again, they don't need structure at 2 years old. They don't need structure at 3 years old or 4 years old. But if you want to have something in place for them to learn while still developing a structure, I guess, even though it's not a structured school, it's just to give them something to do so you're not just sitting at home doing nothing all day. This is a great way for them to learn that. So I love how it has all the topics that would be fun for a preschooler to learn about. It has a little bit of everything, which is fantastic. The only thing that I think is a little much, in my opinion, is all the vocabulary. But then again, that would be more for extending the learning. If you have a younger child, you can keep just to the 6 vocabulary words that are on the flashcards. If you wanted to use the other vocabulary words and show them at the house, there's different things that you can do with it, and incorporate it into your lessons. But overall, this is a sweet way to introduce your child to different animals, to different seasons, to different activities, learning about, even just construction. Like some kids love construction trucks, whatever it may be. It's just something that you can reach out for your child to learn and have an experience of. And I'm really excited for that. I will put the link for the product down below. That way you are able to take a look at it yourself as well. Again, I think it's a nice way to have something year-round for your child. Again, not that you want to overwhelm yourself if you have multiple children, but this is a nice way to begin. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more homeschool activities and things that we do. So thank you so much again, and we'll see you in another video.